What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful here with a name you know. We got Juice Robinson. Man, he's back in action. New Japan, Windy City Riot, April 16th. Lots of stuff has happened just since the last time that I spoke to him. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How are you, Sean?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing awesome, actually. And looks like you're doing awesome as well. I mean, what kind of drink are you enjoying there, first off? That's what I want to know.
This is a green tea.
I love them. I drink the peach green tea from Starbucks.
I just got the standard regular one.
Oh
No
man,
sugar here.
man. Well, you've got this match, Windy City Riot, New Japan. We've heard lots of good things. I reported earlier this week. Looks like they're getting back on like visas and stuff, bringing people back
Yep.
over. That's amazing news because I know that there were some really like big top guys that were like, I want to work New Japan during the pandemic, and New Japan said, "Sorry, bro, not happening."
Yeah, it looks like the sun is coming back out and the clouds are parting and we're through this COVID storm. I mean, man, how many years has it been? But yeah, I think we're gonna get back to where we were as far as the US strong coming to the US and getting a bunch of shows. I mean, we're right back on track to start our searching for the right word. Help me out. Our international
Yeah.
expansion into America.
Which was exploding at the time. Like it was
Yeah,
all over the place. And I don't want to say the pandemic was a good thing because it wasn't, but I mean, what it did in creating New Japan Strong, I think was amazing because it forced a brand split for New Japan. And I thought they made the best of it. And as we mentioned, Windy City Riot, April 16th in Chicago, you've got the factory there from AEW. You've got John Moxley there from AEW. You've got Josh Alexander from Impact Wrestling. Danny Limelight from MLW is there. Like you've got people from all these different companies that are like,
beautiful thing.
isn't it
It's a
amazing?
beautiful thing. Yes, it's a beautiful thing. Everybody working together for the betterment of pro wrestling, for the betterment of the shows to give to the audience. Everybody working together to try to give the people what they want. And I think the Windy City Riot is going to be, it's almost like a super show. You just named all those people from all kinds of different companies. It's going to be awesome.
Minoru Suzuki is the active ROH TV champion, and he's there. So
Yes.
you've effectively got representation from AEW, MLW, ROH, Impact, New Japan, a plethora of overseas companies. Like just a few years ago, before the pandemic, did you see this as a real possibility?
Oh man, I had no I mean, it was just a few years ago. We didn't even know what AEW was.
Yeah.
A few years ago, the Young Bucks were in ROH. It's crazy. A few years ago, Kenny Omega was in New Japan. I mean, wrestling is exploding on the outside of the WWE, which is it's just so cool. So I know I of course I didn't see it happening. I never try to predict anything in wrestling. I'm just here for fun. I'm partying along with everyone else. Not predictable at all.
Well, I mean, last time I talked to you, you mentioned that your New Japan contract came up at, I believe, the end of January. Did you end up re-upping with them, or are you working on a freelance basis?
I agreed to a continuation on that contract. So
Nice. So, I mean, like
yeah,
it's very clear, like that they've had an awful lot of belief in you and Finley, especially. Like they saw something in you in which you have certainly fulfilled during that period of time.
yeah, man, I was I started with New Japan in September of 2015, uh, and I've been with them ever since. And it's been a crazy, crazy time. I've grown so much as a man, as a performer. It's really crazy. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's all come, to now I'm having a street fight in Chicago, my home area. I got 50 people coming from my friends and my family. They're getting a party bus. It's going to be a ruckus, sold out crowd. You got we got Brody King and Finley and me against Bad Dude Tito and
Shane and
Shane
Jonah.
Hayes. Yeah, Shane and Jonah. It's gonna be insane.
So I
with
mean,
all kinds of street fight weapons. Are you kidding me?
was
Wow.
that something that you envisioned being a realistic possibility in New Japan when you signed up? Because I mean, that international expansion hadn't quite taken off the way that it has now, and now here you are wrestling in front of your friends and family.
I mean, yeah, people like Jonah just appear. And when I'm wrestling Moose, next thing I know, we got Jonah's big ass squashing me, with a senton. And all of a sudden, bad dude Tito sticks his head in this, and Shane Hayes comes back, and we can't get a decisive victory over these guys. And it's like escalated into this thing that New Japan isn't even supposed to really be down with.
Yeah.
That America, I mean, it's in America, it's in Chicago. So street fight, rules out the window.
And that's one
It's
of the
awesome.
things I love about New Japan is you might be booked against those three guys. You might be booked against QT Marshall, or it might be like, hey, you're wrestling Scott Norton tonight. Like,
yeah, who knows?
It's such a wild situation.
Yeah, there's a revolving door. Strong is cool because anyone can appear. You can leave any company and just appear on Strong. I have friends that leave company. They want to come to New Japan. What is the only way to go to New Japan right now? Through Strong. So Strong has turned into this like must see thing in wrestling. It's cool. You got all kinds of people coming, and there's more to come.
And yeah, Fred Rosser was telling me, you want to talk about somebody that's benefited from Strong. Fred Rosser completely reinvented what people thought that he was in New Japan.
He's
Strong.
Awesome.
And he said, I signed to New Japan proper. And he's like, but they got me working Strong, and I love it. Because it's given him that opportunity to show people, yeah, of course, maybe you like my stuff in WWE, but I'm completely different from that here. It's opened up a lot of doors for people.
Oh, yeah. It's the place where the young lions really, really, really cut their teeth. They really get noticed there. They can create a following there. I mean, look at somebody like Hikuleo. Look at I was thinking about this today. The strides that he's made. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's just been on Strong since its inception, I think. Just going through, he's jerking the curtain and he's beating up local guys, and he's like, and then we're seeing like cool local guys that are like that the kid from Seattle that he wrestled. I watched that. I can't remember. Was it Cody Chun? Am I right? Do you know?
I believe so.
I don't know,
yeah.
But he's had a lot of good matches. I mean, Strong is just so cool because anything can happen. It could be a star, anything can start on Strong. A career or the beginnings to the culmination of a match. Who knows? It could lead to stuff that will eventually be in Japan or AEW or ROH or Impact. It's awesome.
Yeah, there are like 6 AEW wrestlers on this card itself.
Yeah.
Like that's mind-boggling, man. There's so much going on there. Also, I know that you worked a couple shows in Dallas. Now, I know that WrestleMania weekend, you had told me before, was an important weekend for you because it was one of the first connections you made with Japan because you were there, I think, wrestling Access or something like that maybe, and Tiger Hattori was watching you years ago. How has that grown? You got to see WrestleMania weekend from the inside, and now it's blown up into this huge thing where WrestleCon's running shows, and it's gigantic.
I've seen that weekend now from a lot of different angles, from a lot of different perspectives, for a lot of different points of view. This year was very unique. I was doing a lot of signings in the WrestleCon main room, saw a wide array, a huge cast of characters. I met some hilarious people, ran into so many old friends, and then I had 2 matches. It was like it felt good. It was a great weekend. I had a good time. It was fun.
You want to talk about a cast of characters, the people you were in one of the matches with.
Oh my goodness.
The Rock and Roll Express, Barry Horowitz, who I almost wrestled 2 years ago in Tampa for WrestleMania weekend. Fandango, Jimmy Wang Yang, PCO, Onita, Colt Cabana. Like, how are you told, hey, this is the match you're doing? How do you feel about it with all those people?
I just found out I was in a match. Then I found out it was a 10-man. Then I found out a few of the guys, and I heard that it was you know, it was supposed to be just a random, like if you were playing your PlayStation and you just clicked random on,
Yeah.
just the most random you could get. And as soon as I heard I was with, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, man, I mean, oh hell
Yeah.
yeah, it was. And then PCO, I've had some battles with
Good voice.
PCO, and so I mean, it just, I knew it was going to be fun, and it was a lot of fun. I don't know how much fun it was to watch,
Yeah.
but it was a very fun day.
You'd also worked Impact a lot over the last year. We haven't seen you at recent tapings, or at least I haven't seen like match listings. At least, how's that going? Like, are you in touch with them, or is that on pause for the time being? I know that's a type of situation that can kind of come and go.
Yeah, I think Impact's a lot like there's a lot of people that are going through, the door at Impact,
Yeah.
in and out. Some guys stay for a while. I kind of went for a little while, left, and I think I would bet that I would be back for sure in some capacity. We have a great relationship. They're really good people. I love, working for those people. I love going away for those weekends. So yeah, I think just stay tuned. I'll be there. I'm sure.
It's one of those things I always hear about how good the schedule is, and I was happy when they moved on to like kind of doing some paid per appearance stuff with people, because there's so many people available, and you guys worked like 24 matches over a year for them, so you guys were on TV very, very regularly. Did that seem like an easy, smooth transition to make? Because we talked about all the people that pop up on Strong. It was just 2 or 3 years ago, Davey Boy Smith Jr. was telling me like New Japan would not do business with Impact, and now that bridge is completely built, and we see people popping up all the time.
Yeah, it's water under a bridge, a new person in charge, or an old friend in a new position. You know what I mean? Let bygones be bygones. It happens, and it's good. And that has happened with New Japan and Impact, and I dare say we are very good friends now. So that's good, because that's good for the audience. Because who knows? Maybe I want to see Eddie Edwards wrestle Yuji Nagata. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
want that, and that you can get that. So it's cool. Or maybe I want to see Kojima in a backstage American style promo package thing, or whatever, interview style thing for fun. It's very cool.
One of my favorite things about our last interview was you telling me why you didn't do social media, and I loved it. Made me want to do social media less. However, we've seen Joey Votto, super famous baseball player, one of the greats. He waited until he was like 38, and then he got social media. Now he's out there doing Doja Cat TikTok dances and stuff. Is that in your future? Like
I don't know.
towards the end of your career, are you gonna get like a TikTok and start doing dances?
Oh man, I would imagine not. I don't think I'll ever do anything with dances, but who knows? I don't think I'll ever have social media. Unless I need it, unless something happened where I was like, wow, I need that. Like I need to say this.
Yeah.
Like I need to say this to people. See, there's just nothing I need to tell anyone. Like there's nothing I need to tell you.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that I should say that should affect anyone. So what would I ever say? I don't have anything to say. There's nothing for me to say, you know?
So there's a few reasons I like this. One, when I do an interview with you, people are like, I got to listen to that Juice Robinson interview because I don't hear about what he's having for breakfast in general. I don't hear his every fleeting thought every day. So I got to watch this interview to hear what he has to say. Two, I want to build the anticipation for if when you ever do, it's an event. I want people to be excited. I want people like when you finally give in and you get like an Instagram or not even Instagram.
I could see Instagram. That's one
go.
maybe I could see where I just take like cute little pictures and stuff. That's fine.
What would you take pictures of? Like what?
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably be one of those weird nature people. But see, then you go down. I just don't want to be one of those people. I don't
Sure.
like. Oh, look, and I was out at at the crack of dawn today and caught a bass. Ugh.
I do
I mean,
often
that's good, but
I do often just post on Instagram so people know that I am a living, functioning human being that exists in the world. Because otherwise, they're probably not going to believe it. So, I mean, it has its benefits, I guess, in that regard. But
Yeah. I do like the pictures in Instagram. I look over Tony's shoulder and watch. She like looks at funny things sometimes. There's
So,
like the
is there
things she follows are funny. So
is there
but
every?
I don't want to do that because I
Sure,
stand for no social media now.
I love it.
That's part of my character.
I love it. So, is there ever anything she shows you and you're like, kind of makes me want to get a TikTok? Bad Luck Fale was big on TikTok at one point.
That's good. Yeah, I heard he does like motivational things. That's great. That's awesome. That's just not me. I've got things to do,
Yeah,
people to see.
like posting on
I try to put
Facebook.
my phone down. I really try to put my phone
Sure.
down. That's a big thing I try to do.
This will be a topic
You
in
know,
every interview that we do because I want to see
it
how
just feels so good. I dare you, just leave your phone and leave your house. Just bring your wallet, get in your car and go for a drive. Go to the grocery store. Just no phone. It just feels so good. The more I'm away from it, it's just like it's nice. I mean, you do need it. We need them. And I love the internet. I'm not saying I don't like the internet. I need to Google things. When I need to know something, boom, I need to know it. What kind of tree is that? What kind of whatever is that? Whatever.
what are
You know,
some of
you
your
need your useless facts, but
what are some of your favorite websites like daily visits? Like what are you checking out online?
NJPW1972.com.
Yes,
That's
I love
serious.
it.
That is serious because I don't really watch I mean, I try to keep up with it, see what's
Sure.
going on. Like I needed to know who, I guess I try to keep up with it. I'm just like in America, but I want to see
Yeah.
who's winning the New Japan Cup and whatnot. So yeah, that and I don't know what else. Google. I Google
Google.
things. I'm
I
pretty much just a Googler, yeah.
see. I think that people would assume that because you don't do social media, that you don't use the internet. They would think that you were getting on like Lycos.com or something
Oh
from back in the
no,
day.
no, it'd be like if I was like, how or like Betty White, what or something about the Golden Girl, or if I needed to like search a random Wikipedia thing, like if I was watching, TV and I needed to know, some useless fact, I needed to track it down. That's what I do mostly.
Got some bad news on Betty White for you, buddy.
Yes, yeah, I know.
Unfortunately, R.I.P.
I don't know why she was my example.
But before the Golden Girls convention could happen this year too, which is very
Oh,
sad. That got a lot of
that's
buzz.
wild. She died at 99, right? Oh,
Yeah, on New Year's Eve. What a legend! What a legend she is. Just
she was cool. Yep.
17 days shy. Like I hate like 80s 90s sitcoms. I don't generally find them funny. Like Seinfeld's funny, but my wife will like be watching Golden Girls and leave it on when she goes to bed, and I caught myself laughing out loud at Golden Girls, and I'm like, they got me. They got me.
So I'll now say I'm an Everybody Loves Raymond fan, but I am
Really?
definitely not a Friends fan. I am not a Friends fan. That is on all the time as background noise, and oh God, I hate it. I hate it. I can't stand Friends. It's
Who
like I've heard all the episodes. It's like I rather just nothing beyond than Friends.
who among the three male main cast members do you think would win in a street fight?
Uh,
Chandler, Ross, what's the other one? Joey? Joey's the New
yeah,
Yorker. Maybe he's seen some shit.
I think Joey.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's pretty. They make him seem pretty stupid a lot, though.
He's a little shorter. His hips could get underneath somebody. He could maybe shoot a power double on Chandler, put him on his ass.
Maybe Chandler Bing. His last name's Bing.
But I mean, also Joey is an actor, so like maybe he's taken some sort of combat class, like maybe for a role, something like that. Because you know what I mean. Also,
so
I
we're
don't
agreeing that it wouldn't be Ross.
It wouldn't
We're
be
just
Ross.
agreeing.
No,
No.
not-
He's
not
he
a-
might as well not be on the show.
Might as well not. Like yeah, for sure not him. Which of the Golden Girls do you think would win in a shoot fight?
Dude, never even really seen it. I just noticed that old lady comedy.
Really,
Betty
you're
White.
missing out.
I've seen a little of it, but I don't even know the characters' names.
I know their shoot names, not their work names.
I was more of a Roseanne.
Really,
man. Roseanne was my thing.
John
that was
Goodman.
my sitcom.
John Goodman he looks like he could throw a mean shoulder block at somebody.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, he would have been a great pro wrestler. John Goodman. He's got an incredible amount of charisma.
You know
Oh
what?
yeah, he's big too.
He's got that show Righteous Gemstones with Danny McBride on HBO where he
I was
was.
supposed to watch that. I was told to watch that.
Yeah, he was involved in pro wrestling on that show. I don't think he was a wrestler. I think he was like promoter, assistant to a promoter, something like that. It's a good show. You'll love it because the pro wrestling connection is evident there, and they tie it into preaching. It's very good stuff. Very good stuff.
We're off track.
I'm off track. Is it ever really off track? People love this stuff. Again, they don't know what type of TV shows you like or don't like. You don't have social media, Juice Robinson.
Yeah.
What?
I
Tell
like
me.
the news.
Oh, there you go. You mentioned.
I don't like the news, but
Yeah, I mean it's sad. I mean I work in the news, although it's the most inconsequential news there could possibly be. It ain't always good for us either. But Windy City Riot, April 16th. I know this is a big show for you. You mentioned your friends, your family getting to see you. How often does that happen for you? Like, do you have that happen a lot around the country, or is it just pretty much localized here?
I mean, every once in a while I'll get a handful, 2 or 3 people or a friend in a city somewhere in America. But this is the first time that I'm getting like, 50 people like
That's awesome.
come and, watch me in New Japan in a big building. This is it. This is the big one. So
how far out did you have people being like, hey, I want to come see this? Or were you even hitting people up like, here's your chance?
I hit him up and told him, or whenever I found out, I was like, here's your chance. Because every time I see, every time you go home, every family member or friend you see is like, oh man, when am I going to see you wrestle? When am I going to see you wrestle? It's like, well, all right. This is when you can fucking see me.
This is your opportunity.
Yes.
Juice Robinson, I would plug your social media, but I think we have covered that you do not have any. So we just have the Fightful Twitter handle underneath your face. Let the people know where they can support you, where they can, obviously New Japan's official website. You can catch all of his upcoming bookings, but tell the people where they can support you in New Japan.
This is it. Support me one last time in Chicago for the Windy City Riot. Go to, it's sold out, so you really can't.
Yeah.
You can get it on Fight TV though, so if you want to support me.
So you mentioned one last time. I had asked you earlier about like New Japan, your contract and all that. Was it a short-term extension or are you finishing up again?
Yeah, it was it ended January 31st, and then it was a 3-month extension. So that puts me at February, March, at the end of April. So I will no longer be with New Japan as of April 30th. Yeah. So this will be my last match, April 16th. Wow. Yep. In the street fight. So it's pretty cool. All my whole family's going to be there. It's going to be fun. It'll be pretty emotional for me and it'll be a great time.
Not only that, I mean, I got to ask, I mean, you're under contract right now. Is there a possibility we see you back there again, or is it on good terms? How's that working out?
It's on good terms. It's just I've gotten to a point now where I understand what the job entails, and I don't know if I want to do that still. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I want to continue, to be. I don't know if I can continue to do the job in which it needs to be done, as far as travel and being away from home, and it's not fair that if I can't do the job, then I can't have a contract saying I do. So yes, it's on good terms, but it's
so is that for New Japan in general, or is that wrestling in general? Are you going to be taking less dates, or are you going to be maybe moving on to something else?
Definitely taking far, far, far less dates. Okay. Moving on to something else, pending and in the process of, but yeah, definitely far less dates.
Man, that's a bomb. You've been a fixture in New Japan, and I know a lot of people they went from what they saw in NXT, and they're like, man, Juice Robinson is a player. I remember Kevin Owens saying he's the best promo in wrestling because of what we saw in New Japan. So it's definitely a big chapter closing for you, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I had a great time though in New Japan. I did, long, years and years and years. So it was a good time, but everything, comes to an end. So it's bittersweet in a way, but it is what it is.
We're definitely excited to see what you do next. Hopefully we get to talk to you with whatever it is that you do next. New Japan, Windy City Riot, April 16th, the last New Japan match for Juice Robinson. Check it out on Fight. And, of course, check out New Japan's website. Juice, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, bro.
Until next time, guys, we're out. Normally, I'd tell you to bet on yourself like Juice Robinson did. But that's terrible advice when it comes to your internet security. NordVPN.com/Fightful blocks online trackers, annoying pop-up ads, and malware, which isn't going to be a problem at Fightful. But nothing's going to be a problem for you with NordVPN.com/Fightful because you can change your virtual location with just one click. And not only that, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee if for some reason you don't like it. That's in addition to an already great deal and an additional month free. You can subscribe to services overseas that are much cheaper than what you're paying now and effectively pay for this service itself. So it's like you're getting a lot without any added cost to whatever it is that you're already probably paying. Make sure you go to NordVPN.com/Fightful. Get that incredible deal. I use NordVPN every single day. It definitely helps me when I travel. I'm on that unsecured Wi-Fi as well. Check it out at NordVPN.com/Fightful.